So, shit. One other thing, man. I thought this was important, man, because it kind of speaks to what's about to happen in the next couple months. So, with this whole Corona situation, man, obviously, a lot of people lost jobs. Still got a really high unemployment rate. And for the record, whenever anybody who wonders why the stocks drop on Thursday for the last few months is because that's when they announced the unemployment rate. Anytime they announce the unemployment rate, it's going to scare the stock market. People are scared to invest. So just know that next time you see a Thursday and the stocks go down a little bit. But I wanted to. I seen this thing on where was this at? Oh, housing crisis on Wall Street Journal. It talks about how in the next couple of months, because some of these people who got laid off because of the corona, the stimulus package last time, people had the ability to miss monthly payments on their rent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And see, what people are not really paying heed to is that those payments ain't just going away.
No, I seen someone actually get put out.
No, it started.
Who thought it was sweet?
Yeah, no. They thinking it's sweet. You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, if you own a home, if you have a mortgage, they had the default payments where you could push your payments back a month, and they basically push those payments to the end of your thing. Same thing with cars, because I did that with mine. Like, I can get 4 months where I ain't got to make no car payments.
Right.
Oh, push that shit back. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
like, I'm trying to stack this bread. You know what I'm saying? So, like, they had those, but renting is different. Renting, it wasn't no push to the back because you only got a 12-month lease. You know what I'm saying? So those payments, like you said, they adding up. And for a lot of the bigger states, because, a lot of the smaller states, they've had it opened up to where you have to make those payments. For states like California and New York, those are opening up in January.
Yep. The moratorium got extended to January.
Yeah, the moratorium. That's what it's called. So come January, I'm just telling you, and I hate to say this. All right, so first off, it's going to be fucked up because I think the housing market is going to go really bad. Some of these mortgages.
Man, I'm excited about it, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I'm excited.
We're gonna get to that. No, we are going to get to that. We are going to get to that. But we do need to.
Waiting on this.
Right. No, I ain't gonna. I feel you. But we have to speak on both sides of the spectrum because it is fucked up. And for the people, I don't know if you are ever want to learn about why the stock market crashed last time, watch the movie called The Big Short. It's a really, really good movie. It's kind of boring. It's like 2.5 hours, but it really gets into detail about people who knew that the housing market was going to crash like ahead of time, and they invested on it crashing as opposed to invested into it. And they end up really killing the game.
Oh, yeah.
And it kind of it's going to speak into what we're going to get into here in a second. But it is fucked up because these are major areas. You know what I'm saying? I have family in New York, and I have a lot of people that live in California, especially the Bay, because the Bay is really where, in terms of housing market, the most expensive housing market in the United States is the Bay Area.
Oh, yeah.
It's tech. You know what I'm saying? That's where all the tech people are.
Yep.
So, I got people in San Francisco that's paying $2,500 for a 1-bedroom studio.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So, and that's average. That's regular. Like, there's people paying way more than that for not that much more. So, the only reason why I say that is because that will build a trickle effect, man. And I'm really hoping that, if you got them little bullshit PPP loans, or if you, did your little scams to get your money up during this time, that you really didn't blow that bread, because it's going to be opportunities, but you need to make sure that you're on top of your game, because it is a trickle-down effect with the housing market when the bigger areas crash. The stock market is in New York City, and that affected the entire everything. You know what I'm saying? So it's just important to be aware of your surroundings and know that if it starts there, it's going to make its way to the middle. That's just how these things work when it comes to market crashes. It will not just stay in that one area. But with that being said, and this kind of speaks to what we were speaking about last week, Grove, is that when there are tragedies, especially in this, capitalist country, comes an opportunity. So there is going to be a lot of opportunity, guys, between, I would say probably spring to the summertime, where there's going to be a lot of properties that will be foreclosed. And that, even though that really does suck for a lot of families, because that means families are going to be out of house and home, for the people who are being responsible in terms of saving the money that they may have earned during this time, it's an opportunity to start owning some property for a cheaper price. I would definitely recommend, if you're from an investment standpoint, to look into duplexes during that time. Don't just buy something that is just going to have something that you live in, especially if you're investing. Get a duplex, rent out one, have the other one, rent out both. Just get money with it, like make it make sense. So, it kind of makes me sad kind of talking about that shit, man, because I know people who were affected from it last time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But, I mean, we do got to get to that point. We got to be honest with ourselves. There are going to be opportunities. Yeah. And I know I'm going to be on it. Like, I know I'm going to be on it. Like, it's going to be a lot of opportunities to get a lot of things for cheap. And if you have 10%, if you got 10%, you can get in. You know what I'm saying? For a good price. You know what I'm saying? So, think 10% at least at a minimum if you're trying to buy some of this property once it pops off. 20, 30,000 at least.
And if you're a hustler, man, you can get in some of these properties wholesaling for no money.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're a hustler and you're willing to get out there and knock on those doors and send an email or send the letters out to these landlords that are having tenants that are going to get foreclosed, or they're going to end up getting foreclosed because their tenants didn't pay, like, this is going to be a ton of opportunity. And right here in Arizona right now, there's no inventory. There's no inventory on the market. Houses are going for $20,000, $30,000 over the asking price.
For sure.
And all that's about to shift.
Yeah.
And people are going to be in for a rude awakening. So those that are positioned and prepared, definitely going to be tons of opportunity.
That's a fact. I actually have some buddies who, when the market crashed last time, they were doing the door-to-door. And their door-to-door hustle was they were going to people offering to pay for these people who were like upside down, you know what I'm saying? Because when they had them shitty loans where like the
interest only,
the interest only loans where shit got 8 times the
the adjustable rate. That's what it
when
was,
it went from 700 to 3,000. You know what I'm saying? I had a lot of homeboys who would go to these people who knew that they were on their way out, like there was no way they was going to be able to recover, and offer to pay off the rest of their mortgage. And here's an extra 10 grand. So basically, I'm getting you out of the hole you're in. Here's $10,000 profit to go do your thing. Get the hell out. And they were getting on from that shit. You have people who maybe only owed 7 years left on a mortgage, or 5 years, 10 years left on a 30-year mortgage. You know what I'm saying? You fuck around and move into a $400,000 house for $100,000.
Man, so true.
Yeah, so that's that there you go. So if you guys got a strong team of some guys who can maybe put together 100,000, like this is here's some free game. This isn't stock information. So if you have a team, and get a team of people who can put together 100,000, that's another thing, or at least aspire to do something of that nature. So if you guys can get a team that can assemble, $50,000 to $100,000, start knocking on doors come springtime. Because there are going to be some opportunities. There are going to be a lot of opportunities.
And look, Kev, I'll just piggyback on that, man. You don't need, if you can get a team together for $20,000, you can pay off their arrearage, get the loan assigned to your LLC. If it's transferable, pay them a little chump change. They can still owe. You can rent it. You can lease own, get all your money back up front, have the property, refinance it, take the cash out, do it again. Like, there's just so many opportunities, people. Do not fall asleep.
Talk about it. That's what this is all about, man. Empowerment, man. I love to hear it, man. Damn, man, that was good, man. I like that. I wasn't even really meaning to get into that, man, but see, that's what